Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. I am Shabina Mahmood and I am over here with you with the chapter Peace related to the book of your ninth class related to the book of English of 10th class. Students, what type of grammatical objectives are important from this unit? All the important grammar techniques are over here which we use and which we learn while going through this unit. Yes, and in this lecture I will give you the complete grammatical description of all the contents that are present in this chapter. In the next lecture we will discuss the stanzas and we will discuss their grammatical explanation also, and in the third lecture I will give you the complete description of the exercise. Now I am coming towards the main grammatical contents which are important from this unit. First one is imagery. I will completely discuss in front of you the imagery, kinds of pronouns, participle, gerund phrase, infinitive phrase and prepositional phrase. All these are the important things, important grammatical concepts which we follow and which we will discuss while going through this unit. First of all, I am going to discuss the imagery in front of you. What is imagery? The author's use of descriptive or figurative language to create a picture in reader's mind. Sometimes the author has to say something very difficult and very complicated which is not able to explain in front of you because he is not going to speak to you. He is going to write in front of you, and in writing he has to create such things that everyone and every caliber of reader will be able to understand the writer's concept and writer's peace of mind. So he has to add some type of imagery, some type of metaphor, some type of things which will be able to explain his mental ability so that a reader can easily understand what the writer is going to say. At such places there is a need to use the imagery, and what type of imageries are over here. Example is over here: empty as a jungle glade at hot high noon. Empty as a jungle glade. Here empty as a jungle glade is the use of imagery. Now I am coming towards the types of imagery. Types of imagery are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Auditory, visual, tactile, gustatory and olfactory. And now I am going to discuss in a precise form, and it will surely help you. You have to learn and memorize all these types and you will be able to understand and pick out all type of imageries if they are present in the text. Now I am coming towards auditory. Music, silence and noise are going to be discussed while we are going to use the auditory imagery. Visual, in visual categories, colors, patterns and shape will be discussed out. In tactile category we will discuss texture, movement and temperature of that thing. In gustatory category we will discuss the taste of that thing, is it sweet or salt or sour. Olfactory category, fragrance, bad smell, that is going to be discussed out in this category. So now this is the complete sketch of types of imagery and the use of imagery. Students, now I am coming towards the second thing, which is kinds of pronouns. Now I am just going to discuss in front of you the kinds of pronouns. Here on the board you can see the kinds of pronouns. There are 7 kinds of pronouns which we will discuss today. Personal pronouns, reflexive pronoun, intensive pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, indefinite pronoun, interrogative pronoun and relative pronoun. We have discussed one category in the previous chapter, that is the indefinite pronoun. I have discussed it in detail in the previous chapter, that is little by little 1 box 4. You can take a complete detailed description of that topic from here, but now I am discussing in front of you precisely the kinds of pronoun. Personal pronoun refers to a person as he or she. Reflexive pronoun refers back to the subject. Intensive pronoun emphasizes the subject clearly. Demonstrative pronoun points to with gesture. And indefinite pronouns are unsure pronouns that are, for example, some few type of words. Interrogative pronouns are question words as who, whom, all these words. And relative pronouns relates to sentences that are which, and other type of words comes in the category of kinds of pronoun. So this precise chart will surely help you to understand and to pick out the kinds of pronoun if these are present in the sentence. Now I am coming towards the next one. Yes, I am going to discuss the participle in front of you. Okay students, in participle, what is a participle? A word formed from a verb. Three types of this verb we can see in the sentences. Now I am going to tell you where and how you can pick out a participle from a sentence. It can be used as adjective. Examples are over here. Burned toast, working women. Here burned word is a participle. And in working women, working word is a participle. Now I am coming towards the second category. It can be used as a noun. Example is good breeding. Breeding is a participle over here. Now I am coming towards the third category. Sometimes it appears as a part of phrase. Example is over here. Is going and has been. Here going is a participle and in has been there is been is a participle. So you can pick out all types of participles from all type of sentences by following this explanation, as this is precise and this is a valid information that I have told you about the participles. Now I am coming towards gerund phrase and infinitive phrase. Okay students, now I am coming towards the next activity, grammatical objective, that is gerund phrase. What is a gerund phrase? A phrase that consists of a gerund, its object and any modifier. Now the question arises, what is a gerund, what is an object and what is a modifier? This example will surely help you to understand this explanation. Eating jellyfish quickly is a bad idea. Here eating is a gerund, jellyfish is an object and quickly is a modifier. You can see, and these three things collectively make a gerund phrase. So when we have to pick a gerund phrase from a sentence, we have to pick out the combo of three things. We have to pick the combination of gerund, object and modifier. If these three things come in a relatively closed way and in combination with each other, then this combination will make a complete gerund phrase, as I have made it out in front of you. Now I am coming towards the second last grammatical objective, infinitive phrase. Yes, and in infinitive phrase, infinitive form of verb plus complement and plus modifiers. These three things will make an infinitive phrase. Here in front of you, you can see that I want to bury the treasure quickly. Here I have given you a sentence and I have given you out to bury is an infinitive form of verb, treasure it is a complement and quickly is a modifier. So these three things have made out an infinitive phrase in front of you. So you can see the complete and short and precise detail of gerund phrase and infinitive phrase. There is no need to understand it by following a long lengthy chapters and the long lengthy detail that is present on the websites. You can take a look, you can give me a minute and I will surely give you a lecture which will be helpful to understand all the grammatical contents in front of you. Now I am coming towards the last thing, prepositional phrases. Prepositional phrase list is over here on the screen and I am going to explain this list in front of you so that you will be able to understand how this list will be helpful for you. Here is the list for prepositional phrases and here are 5 phrases in front of you: by, at, for, in, on. And by following these prepositional phrases, here are the list of the things where I have shown you how you can use all these prepositions. I am coming towards by. In this column I have given you out all the necessary information by the use of by degree, by design, by dint of, by far, by force, by hand, by heart, by law, by marriage, by means of, by mistake, by my watch, by nature and by no means. This is the use of this prepositional phrase. Now I am coming towards at a low ebb, at a momentous notice, at a price, at a rate of, at a speed of, at a standstill, at all costs, at all events, at an advantage, at any cost, at any rate, at night and at noon. Now I am coming towards for a good cause, for the benefit of, for a reason, for a change, for certain, for fear of, for good, for granted, for higher, for lack of, for life, for love, for my, for real. So this is the use of for. Now I am coming towards in anticipation of, in arrears, in essence, in excess of, in exchange for, in existence, in fact, in fairness to, in favor of, in fear of, in flames, in flower, in confinement, in operation. And now I am coming towards the last prepositional phrase on watch, on schedule, on the record, on the road, on earth, on pain of, on the air, on balance, on a diet, on a journey, on a trip, on approval, on average, on condition that. So this chart will surely help you to understand and to memorize all the kinds of prepositional phrases and their use in the sentence. So students, in this lecture I have given you out a complete detailed note and I have explained in front of you all these grammatical objectives one by one so easily and so precisely that will surely help you to analyze this chapter and to analyze and understand all these grammatical concepts as you have never understood it before. So students, keep in touch with me to have a detailed note and to understand the summary of the stanzas and the explanation of the stanzas, which will be followed by my second lecture related to the chapter piece. Till then you have to wait for me. I will be with you as soon as possible. Inshallah Ta'ala. Allah Hafiz.